how many of you set up an alarm in the morning on your phone? I think most of you would do that. And when we set up this alarm in the morning, and there is this thing that comes up on the screen who says snooze. So you press the button snooze and you go back to sleep again. And again, the alarm rings and you press the snooze button till you eventually stop it. Now, this is one of the very wrong things we start our day with, because our brain understands as a separate identity कि यार ये सुबह सुबह अलार्म तो लगा देती है मॉर्निंग वॉक के लिए, इसके बस का नहीं है जाना. So whenever she gives me a command, I don't have to take it seriously because she knows that what she's saying, she's not going to do it. So if you treat your mind as a separate entity of understanding that it doesn't even follow your instructions, you will be surprised that no wonder we plan things and they don't happen. Many of us think about being a billionaire or think of earning a lot or getting our dream job or getting into a situation or at a position where we can handle so many people, dominate people. But जैसे ही हम ये सोचते हैं ना कि यार this friend of mine is really using me, I am not going to communicate with this friend. 15 मिनट 20 मिनट बोर होने के बाद in the college we start talking to that friend again. So what message does our brain get? इसकी कोई बात पर टिकना नहीं है. If she says something, I will follow my other route क्योंकि इसने फिसल ही जाना है. So what happens is that your inner system, which keeps a belief stronger, the inner system that manages the belief in your mind, your origin, you know, this is the system that puts off and says, I can't trust this person because there is a mismatch between what she says, what command she gives, and what she follows. So integrity simply means that if you're reaching at a place and you said to your friend, hi, I'll be there in 5 minutes, you better be there in 5 minutes. Or you say that I will take 10 minutes to reach there. Anything that rolls out of your mouth, anything that you speak, if you follow it, any big goal that you will determine in your life, your mind will help you achieve it. Otherwise, the mind will say, okay, mismatch. She says this and she does this. I am not going to follow it. So the way your mind is a separate entity of your body, you know, when you're there's a pain in your shoulder, you don't say that I have pain, you say I have pain in my shoulder. So you disassociate your shoulder with yourself. If you have headache, you say I have headache, you don't say I have ache. So when you identify a different body part that has pain or problem, so if you have a kidney problem, you go to a kidney specialist, right? So similarly, your brain is a separate entity of every other individual function of your body, your thinking pattern. Till the time you don't give it respect as an individual and don't create a bridge between what you think and what you do, nothing in your life is going to change. You know, there are a lot of people who follow motivational books and self-help books, like Secret is one of them, where we talk about law of attraction. I like this, I'm going to think about it and I'm going to attract it. It doesn't happen like that. Now, if I suddenly think that I'm going to be, you know, next Bill Gates and I am going to create an empire into IT world, well, my mind is going to say, are you stupid? You don't even know how to operate a Zoom session well. You can ever create an IT industry? Is it even possible? And then suddenly this critical mind, right? This critical mind of mine will say, it is not possible, bullshit idea, drop it, think about something else. So now, how does the brain operate and how do you use this whole technology for your benefit? It is a beautiful servant and a horrible master. You have to choose what task you're giving it to it, and you have to keep it very occupied. So the system of how this operates is, let me try and do it for you to make you understand in a simplistic way. And you know what? I never planned I'm going to talk about it. I don't know what your vibration made me talk about it. I'm talking about it since after ages. So think our brain like this, like your face. This is a very little part number one, right? Now this is a part number two, and the biggest is part number three. My pen says, I want to change. Right. This is part number three. Now this part number one is called conscious mind. What is conscious mind? You have said something to me, you have given me a sarcastic comment, and I'll say, shut up, mind your own business. It's none of your business. My wittiness, my sharpness, my intelligence, things that spontaneously I decide, my active mind, is this little thing, which is called conscious mind. Now, we have all heard about subconscious mind, the third part being very big. It is the mind that works on your digestion, your breathing, your heart pumping blood, which is automatic process. It does happen when most of you drive a car from your office or from your college to your home. Most of us just keep on talking on the phone, or we are busy thinking something, and we suddenly realize, oh, I have reached home so early, because we are, obsessed with our own thinking pattern. And there is an automatic process, which is the everyday routine, and we reach our home through the help of this mind number three, that is subconscious mind. But what most of the people don't know is this number two mind, which is most important. It is called critical mind. So critical mind is like a chutney, like you make tea and then you boil something and then you put a strainer, and then everything that is important goes in the cup through the strainer, and the things that you don't want remains in the chutney. Now, this critical mind is the mind that questions you. Anything that you attract in life, anything that you want in life, and if your critical mind, तेरे बस की नहीं है, नहीं होने वाला, this is not possible. What are you saying? Stop hallucinating. That means that idea, that imagination, that willingness doesn't go to your subconscious mind. So this filter mind, which is called the critical mind, you have to please it the first thing possible. So the critical mind needs to be attracted and lured, like you have to lure somebody. हमें किसी को attract करना होता है ना, और अपने कब्जे में करना होता है, like we have to hold on to somebody. That is how critical mind is. So critical mind, the first thing that you can, create a bond with critical mind is by integrity. If I've said something, I have to do it no matter what, I have to follow it. The second important thing with this mind is, because of integrity, it lays down to the path of self-discipline. Self-discipline is very important. Why is it important? Because if you keep doing things the way a disciplined manner is, it creates a strong bond of habit. And habit is something that leads to your belief system. And your belief system is what creates your destiny. So anything that you repeatedly do, you need discipline for that. If I need to get up at 5 a.m., I need to be disciplined. I need to sleep at 11. I need to get up. I need to get fresh, go out and exercise. So it's an everyday process. Anything that you follow for above 21 days and at least 40 days. So the window is 21 days to 40 days. So within this time, there are different neuron patterns, like billions of neuron patterns when this little thing, that is our mind. So this new neuron pattern is created that, oh, I have to change a task. Suppose there is this big mud, flat mud laid on a plate, और हम उस mud के ऊपर we are just pouring little water. So this water is going to create a little pathways in the sand. Now, if I want to create new pathways in the sand, I have to pour water from a different direction, so that water goes into the different direction of the sand. It is similarly, when you want to form new habits, you have to form new ways to do it. The best part with us as human beings is, हमें सब कुछ बदलना है. We want to change everything, but we want to do nothing to change it. I am going to be the same old lazy person. I am going to keep giving comments to people. I'm going to gossip. I'm going to be sarcastic. I'm going to be pessimistic, but I want my life to be changed. Unless you don't do something new, how are you going to experience a new change? So what my request to all of us out there is, how to focus. That is the most important thing, because most of us are not able to focus. Now, the secret behind this is also within you. When we all sleep at night, there is a stage when our body temperature drops down to 1 degree. That is the time when our body goes through regeneration and healing. इसको हम कहते हैं ना, किसी रात की नींद बहुत अच्छी आई, or I had disturbed नींद, 8 घंटे तो सोए लेकिन नींद से fresh नहीं हुए. That is the time when you need to have sleepless. Your brain needs to go into the delta state. How does that happen? So when we sleep and we have dreams in our mind, the eyeballs rotate like that. I want you to observe, if you sleep with your partner, with your friend, your children, observe. When people are dreaming at night, their eyeballs move like this. That means it's not a sleepless state. You can wake them up, or they remember what they're seeing. When you are into sound sleep, your eyes are just in at our one point. They don't move. There is no movement over the lashes. This is what we need to do when you need to study or concentrate onto something. Just make up a dot on a wall or any paper, anything away from you, 3.5, 4 feet, at an eye level. If you focus on anything, could be anything, you can just look sideways, look on a light, on an idol, anything like that. If you focus for 1.5, 2 minutes without blinking your eyes and without moving your eyeball at one point, it creates a different shift in your mind, which from beta level goes to alpha level, in which your creativity starts coming out. It is a very simple exercise. Now, Yoga calls it Tratak. अब जब हम सुनते हैं त्राटक तो लगता है अरे बाप रे इतनी मेहनत, फोकस तो मुझसे होने ही नहीं वाला. Have you heard about that dialogue of Salman Khan's movie कि ऐसे मत देखो प्यार हो जाएगा? You know, when you look into eye to eye in somebody's eye, there is a certain things that just switch on, you know. And when you do it to your mother's eye or your father's eye, and you get a comment, "Badtameez, आँख नीचे कर, आँख नीचे कर," pull your eyes down, because the moment you look without blinking into somebody's eyes or into somebody's face, it's like you pierce through them. That is the whole trick. That is why our whole culture of Hinduism was created on darshan of Bhagavan. You know, you go to any temple, Tirupati Balaji, you go to any Devi temple, the face of a Devi is this much, the eyes are this big. It's so funny. It's not a proportionate thing to have. You know, why do the eyes of the idol have to be so big? It's not needed. It is needed because when you see Hanumanji or you see Devi or you see any Devta, you look into their eyes and that is the energy you pull through them. That is why it is called darshan. I am coming to see you, not close my eyes, give list of 20 things, drop 5 boxes of laddu and come out. No, no, no. That was not the purpose. Purpose was the eye contact, because when you see something, you exchange the energy with them. When you see something, you focus and you pierce through that. So whenever you feel there is a difficulty in studying, there is a difficulty in concentrating, doesn't matter what is ahead of you. Set up a point at your eye level, could be a plain point on a wall also, and keep looking it for 1.5, 2 minutes. Suddenly your mind will come to the focus energy. So there are these little simple tips to shift our mind. It's just that, are we ready for it? Do we really want to master it? Do we want to dominate it? Or we just want a excuse and blame game of not being able to do what we are supposed to do? So these are few ways by which we can manage ourselves. We can take charge of ourselves. And how do we take charge of others? We can only take charge of others if we can take charge of ourselves. If I can control myself, trust me, I can control anybody, because it happens naturally. You know, a person, a leader is a leader if the person has a lot of self-discipline, person has authority, a person is good in, you know, talking the walk the person is doing. So the basic thing that we have to understand is that if you take your tongue seriously, what you speak, your speech seriously, your mind is going to really trust you. If your mind is going to trust you, it's going to follow you. And if it starts following you, you can set any goal, any ambition for yourself, and you'll be able to achieve it like that. And when you just shift from your goal, all you need to do is focus. And the only point to focus is eyes. So why eyes? You know, 80% of our energy relieves. We have 5 sense organs, right? Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and for tasting, and then skin for feeling. Out of these 5, the 80% of energy we release is from eyes. हम कोई चीज देखते हैं, we want to eat it. We see something, we want to touch it. We see something, we want to go and travel to that place. Suppose 2 days you can't open your eyes, half of your thoughts will go away because there is no new desire that is coming up. So desire is rolled out 80% because of eyes. Now, I'm not telling you to close your eyes. All I'm telling is to focus on that point, utilize this leakage of energy as your biggest strength, and see how life around you changes.